Jainism is one of the most ancient spiritual traditions of India, known for its strong emphasis on non-violence, discipline, and purity of the soul. At the core of the Jain teaching is the belief that every living being has an eternal soul, and this soul is trapped in a continuous cycle of birth and rebirth because of karma. Karma in Jainism is not just a moral idea, it is to understood as a very life fine material substance that attaches itself to the soul whenever we commit actions influenced by desire, anger, ego, or attachment. The goal of human life, according to Jainism, is to gradually purify the soul, remove all karmic particles, and ultimately achieve moksha or liberation. The journey towards liberation is guided by three jewels: right faith, right knowledge, and right conduct. Right faith means believing in the true nature of the soul and the teachings of the enlightenment beings. Right knowledge means understanding reality as it is without ignorance or confusion. Right conduct refers to a living a disciplined and ethical life so that new karma does not bind the soul and old karma can be shed. These three together act like a map for spiritual progress. One of the most fundamental values in Jainism is ahimsa or non violence. This is not limited to avoiding physical harm, it includes being careful with one's word, thought, or choices. A person should not harm humans, animals, insects, or even microscopic life as far as possible. This is why Jain monks and nuns follow strict practices to avoid accidentally harming living beings. Another key principle is aparigraha or non attachment. This encourages people to reduce their desires and let go unnecessary possessions, helping them develop inner peace and simplicity. Along with this is other one is Anekatavada, which teaches that truth has many sides. It reminds people to stay humble, accept that the viewpoint may not be complete, and respect different perspectives. Jain philosophy also speaks of six eternal substances that make up the universe. These are the soul, jiva, matter, pudgala, motion, rest, space, and time. All of these substances exist eternally and cannot be created or destroyed. The soul is pure by nature, but because it comes in contact with karma, which is a type of subtle matter, it becomes weighed down and loses its natural qualities of infinite knowledge and bliss. Through disciplined meditation and ethical living, the soul can shed their impurities. A very important part of Jain tradition is the veneration of the 24 Tirthankaras. These Tirthankaras are spiritual teachers who attain perfect knowledge and then guided and other towards liberation. They are called the ford makers because they help soul cross the ocean of worldly suffering. The first Tirthankara is Rishabhnantha, and the last and the most well known is Mahavira, who is considered the one who re-established and reorganized Jain teachings in the present age. Each Tirthankara is associated with a specific symbol or emblem which help devotees recognize them in temples and art. For example, Rishabhnantha is symbolized by a bull, Ajitanantha by elephant, Parsavnatha by a serpent, and Mahavira by a lion. These symbols act as a visual reminder of these virtues and the spiritual path they represent. In Jain temples, the Tirthankara are depicted in two main postures: the seated meditation posture and the standing meditative posture. The images are shown calm, detached, and serene, emphasizing their conquest over worldly desire. The symbol associated with each Tirthankara are often carved near the images to help people identify them. Jainism also teaches that time moves in long repeating cycles made of rising and declining phases. In each declining phase, 24 Tirthankara appear to guide humanity. We are currently in one such declining cycle in which the 24 Tirthankara have already appeared. The cyclical understanding of time reinforces Jain's belief that the universe is eternal and constantly changing without a beginning or end. Everyday Jain practice is centered on self discipline and mindful living. Monks and nuns take very strict vows, giving up all possessions, practicing non violence in extreme detail, and dedicating their lives to meditation and self purification. Lay followers also take vows through milder focusing on honesty, kindness, controlling desires, and avoiding unnecessary harm. Acts like fasting, charity, truthfulness, and peaceful behavior helps reduce karmic accumulation and strengthen the soul's purity. When you bring all these ideas together, Jainism emerges as powerful spiritual path on responsibility, compassion, and inner freedom. It teaches that every action matters, every life is sacred, and liberation is possible through one's own effort. The 24 Tirthankaras serve as the shining example of what humans can achieve when they overcome ignorance and desire. If you enjoyed this detailed explanation on Jainism, let me know which part of Jain philosophy you find most meaningful: the three jewels, the idea of non violence, or the stories of Tirthankara. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos exploring ancient wisdom and its relevance today.